Monday morning. We're at the semi and we're gonna head up to Des Moines to drop off this load of beans. We've been putting them in the bin all week, as you guys have seen, or all weekend. And this is from Thursday night last week. The plant up there decided to close Friday and Saturday, and this load's been waiting for them to open. We'll get it unloaded and we'll have the semi back. In this clip, the audio did not work. But as you can see, we're coming up out of our next field through a dirt road. And then a little bit later, we'll show just a little bit more of our journey. And what we're doing is we're getting ready to dump in the bin again after we took that semi up in the morning. Back at it tonight, trying to finish up these beans before the rain comes. We're back at it tonight, trying to finish the beans up before the rain comes. Hey guys, welcome back. It's Saturday morning. We've been rained out for the last 5 days or so. I think it was Monday we finished the beans, and we were kind of in a spot where we could go back to corn if it rained, or we could stay on beans. The beans dried out just as quick as the ground did. We stayed on beans, so we picked Friday, so we were out of the field 3 days. And Saturday morning, we're taking a load up here to the processor, and hopefully we can get back. We have half a semi or more ready at the field as well, so hopefully we can get a second load up here today, and then we'll evaluate from there. We've made really good progress on the beans. I would say we're about half done. Another good weekend of running, and we should have them about whipped, or within a week anyway. Also wanted to take this time to update you guys on the cover crop. That's been progressing well. I think since that video that we took last week, we've done another 100 acres of cover crop. And really happy with how that's progressing. I'm really looking forward to seeing that get out of the ground, maybe getting some fall grazing out of it, and then seeing what it does for us in the spring. We've got some that we might just terminate, we may bale. We just got to see, and I'll keep you guys updated on that. And we're doing some different experiments on different crop grounds, so I'm really excited to show you that. We got back to the field and we tried combining, and it's just too wet, and it's continued to rain since that. So we're gonna call it good for today. Maybe we can go tomorrow. Maybe the sun will come out today and we get a breeze, but it's not looking like it. But we'll bring you back when we start again. We're gonna go pick up a skid loader that we had some work done on and take care of some livestock and maybe catch up on some bookwork. Well, as you guys just saw, we got rained out on the beans, and we've got some corn fields that we've taken the crop off of, and we have sowed cover crop on it, and we're getting ready to turn the cows out in it. If we can get that cover crop to emerge first, that'd be kind of nice. And so we need to go around the exterior fence. I've done a good portion of this fence. I was on the inside of it, But what I'm doing right here is this tree has fallen on the fence. I didn't have the saw with me, so I went and grabbed the saw, and we're changing the chain here. It's just a battery powered Milwaukee saw. Really handy, especially for this kind of thing. You don't have to pull start it or anything every time. We're going to go ahead and get this chain put on, get that tree cut up, and that'll complete this stretch of fence. We'll get the wires tightened and everything. Really, this fence was pretty good. I think there was 3 spots. There was a wire broke, and it was always the bottom wire, and you can just see the trails on this fence where the critters go underneath and everything. And it's just a 3-barb fence. Really, it's what the farm came with when we bought it. Normally we'd put in 4 at least, maybe even 5 or more. But we'll get that tree off and go up to the road and check that fence. Well, we got that tree off. We got the wires strung back up here. A little self-tightener right there. But yeah, this fence should be good now. We got another short stretch of fence up along a gravel road. We'll go check, and that should be it. So here's the fence we're working on. I've already looked at that fence over there to that corner. It's got a little lean to it, but it'll be okay. And then we're going to work on this little stretch here. Most of it should be good. I think there's one broken wire down there. And then this field. And then that field over there. I think you guys will have seen that in another video. They are already sowed down to cover crop. They've got a cereal rye and turnip mix on them, and hopefully we can get that up and we're able to graze it with the cows. And then hopefully we can also see some benefits in the spring. The turnip should help kind of break up our hard pan, and the rye, we can either get some early season grazing out of it to give our pastures more time, but maybe save some hay, or we'll come in and we'll wet bale it. And we've done this before, especially the rye. We've done the turnips before as well, but really trying to get more acres in this year. Over there, we still have standing corn. We finished up this piece here and then went to beans. So that'll be the next corn we do. Hopefully we can finish up beans this week, like we've talked about earlier. When we turn the cows out here, they'll be able to clean up the husk and any corn we missed and around the field edges. And yeah, that cover crop when it comes up. I also see a few of the winter annuals coming already, and I'm really looking forward to see what the cover crop does for those. We've seen great weed suppression when we plant cover crop. And ideally, I think it'd be awesome if we could maybe cut down on a chemical pass and at the very least, deplete the seed bank for those weeds. Here's that section I want to get this wire up tighter here. We got that done, wired that fence up, did some Z's down there. Feel pretty good about that. Overall, I might pull that wire before I leave. But yeah, poor man's tighteners over there. I didn't have any of the actual real tights or Jake's tighteners or whatever they want to call them. But yeah, I'm going to pull that wire up right there. And then we're going to go chore. And I'll bring you guys back when we get in the field or if we end up turning these cows out. Well, we're back in the field, guys. We came down early this morning, so it's the next day after the rain and after we fixed that fence. Came down this morning around 11 noon and checked the beans, and they were a little soft. And now they're running around 12%, 12 to 13, just about right. I really don't think they would have went this morning or earlier, so we went home, we chored, worked on some other projects. Now we're rolling. Says we're full. We can see on our camera we got a little bit more room, so we're gonna keep picking. Get in the truck, let the air up. We'll go dump that hopper on here and keep picking. Hopefully we can finish tonight. It'd be even better if it didn't all fit. And if we can get a full truck tonight, we'll take it up to Des Moines tomorrow. We're going to dump this cart first, and then we'll dump the combine on. couple of logs or tree roots out there. Better to find them that way than in the combine. What we'll do is we'll set this up so that we can unhook the head tonight, move the head over to the next field. It'll be ready to go tomorrow. We'll bring that semi over, go grab the truck so we can move that. Hey guys, we're back in the combine here this evening, or tonight. We ran some during the day. We had someone run anyway. We have a guy that helps us during the day. And he filled the truck, and he had a hopper when I got here. And so I'm gonna run here and see what we can do. We're getting kind of low on fuel, but moisture started up around 13 today, he said, and by the time he quit it was down getting in the 10s, so it's definitely time to get him out. We'll try to get a hopper or two before they get too tough. Well, that's it, guys. We just dumped that hopper. We were only able to do one. For one, we're getting pretty low on fuel. Doesn't look that bad there, but that light came on about halfway through this hopper. And I've played chicken with it before, and I've won some and I've lost some. Never lost that bad, but I don't care to start tonight. So we got a full cart, pretty full cart, full truck. We'll take the truck up in the morning. Hopefully we can get another truck up tomorrow evening and really keep on moving. We were going to put some of these beans in the bin, and I think that's still the plan. But we had the auger about set up, and we saw we had a bearing out at the very end, which makes sense because at the last truckload there, where we bent the last beans, it seemed like it got a little louder, so a little more rattle to it. So I'll try to attach a photo of that along with this video. I want to show you guys the good and the bad. It seems like there's always a lot more bad, but I always say that's just because that's what we remember. But that's it for tonight anyway. That's it for tonight. Be back tomorrow. Hey guys, so we just got done. I didn't video any of it. That's my bad. But we're in the grain tank here. We just got done taking this panel off. And what that does is give you access to the back of the motor here. And there was a belt over here on this side that runs a rotary screen fan, and it broke. And so what it ended up being was actually a tensioner pulley that broke. Here's part of that I gotta take with me. But the bearing shot, smoked the belt. But we got her done. And yeah, I'll climb out of here and I'll show you kind of what I'm talking about. And yeah, I wish I would have videoed more of it, but I was just trying to get it solved and get a truck loaded here so we can take another load in today. Right there, that's what we were replacing. That pulley there, that green one, that's what we just replaced. The bearing went out. Wasn't too bad from the backside, but when we got here and started looking at it this way, it was looking like it was going to be a pain in the butt, typical John Deere repair. But we got her. Well, I just want to make sure I show you guys the good and the bad of farming. And also it's meant to kind of answer some questions for my kids in future years. And maybe they can look back at these and answer some questions that I had and everything at the time. But we'll get this button back up and keep moving. Okay, we're back in the semi. It would be the following day, the following night from the clip you saw. So we ended up, yesterday we took up 2 trucks, one in the morning, one in the evening. We finished up that field that we were at. We got moved last night to the next field. I didn't film any of that because it was getting tough. I just really needed to pay attention, and I did like 1 acre to get it opened up, get the semi in there. Got the truck full today. Ended up taking the semi up. It was the last load of our contract today. And so we got that done and we were headed back. I wasn't filming that. I probably wasn't going to film much tonight. But on the way back, we ended up having a front brake lock up on us. And yeah, so we're on the side of the road. We smelled something hot. It was flaming. Anyway, we're dealing with that now. So this is where the fire was at. It's on my passenger side steer tire. Glad I stopped when I did. Okay, so made it back to the pickup. What ended up happening is it really wasn't a brake. Thought it was maybe a brake had locked up. It looks like it's a wheel bearing that went out on that front passenger side. Hopefully we didn't ruin the spindle. We're gonna get it towed back so we don't have to work on it right there. And so I'm really glad. That was so what we had done. Like I said before, we hauled the 2 loads, and then today we're just gonna haul the 1 load, and that would be the last of our contract up there in Des Moines. And really glad we got it delivered. 1, because of this breakdown. 2, these processors are really good about changing their hours last minute. And at 12:30, they sent out a text saying they were going to be closed the rest of the week, and then they would decide on next week later. So that would have sucked. But we got it up there. We're going to put everything else in the bin, corn, beans, so we can kind of stay local. So yeah, we'll keep moving. I think my dad and my brother got the auger set at the bin that we're going to put the beans in. So before work tomorrow, we might just go dump carts there so we can at least pick, another chunk of field or whatever, and keep moving. I know I say it a lot, but that is the name of the game, right? Want to do it right. I don't want to do it wrong or do a poor job, but, progress is progress, even if it's not exactly how we envision it. Well, guys, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. We'll bring you back as we continue harvest.